Hello, Esther. Come in, come in. Hello. Thank you so much for being my muse. It is an honor to create in your name. And thank you for holding space for me to share my insights and have a little aura artistry adventure. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm also, it's like very hot here. So I'm like sweating. Oh my goodness. I don't know if it's also hot where you live. But here we are, girl. We're doing it. We're doing it. Sweaty or not. We're fine. We're fine. All right. So before I get started and before I reveal your ink, because I will say, it took me about 3 ink blots to find the what I'm going to say from my perspective, the proper one. Now, that's not in any judgment of the artistry. There's just something sometimes where I'm like, no. And I'll leave it for a few days. But with yours, it was 3 ink blots. It was the third one's the charm. So, and I got to say, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, and there it is. There it is. Love it. I wish I would have kept the other ones, but unfortunately they get sacrificed accordingly through fire. So cleanse. They're not any attachments or anything like that. All right. Anyway, thank you. I write down some notes while I'm in creating mode, just before like any insights are coming through. You know the drill, of course, as well. Please do receive or release freely. It's more important what you see, sense, or feel, but I appreciate the space for me to share. All right. Wolf. Listening for sorcery, man in the past, birds, future is friendly, friends, juggle 2 choices, guardian emerald heart, guardian emerald earth heart. You travel. Now travel had 2 L's on it and it kind of like made a line. So I don't know if you travel, you're thinking about traveling, but it seemed like road or train, something on track. New direction, question mark. Sky Father and Son, gifted speaker, actress, movie star, or there's some sort of presence, and there's a priestess magician. So I don't know if that's you or if this is just energies around you. Because I kind of lined, I know you can't quite see it, but I'll send it with your original. The priestess magician up to actress, movie star, feel presence. Like that's just how it felt. That's how it felt. Truths, I feel like I know. I felt very confident in this knowing. That's not to say I didn't have questions or queries or quandaries, but when I just felt in general like I know. And I'm very grateful for that feeling because it's almost like that space of knowing makes space for me to not know and be okay in that, like really confident in that. Knowing and trust and the challenge of change of heart, which could be in regards to the travel or new direction. I'm not really sure. Wolf. Yes. Okay. There it is. All right. Okay. Let's dig in. Sorry, I'm sweating, but it is what it is. All right. Are you ready? Here we go. We have no ghost tube, right? Did I write that down? No ghost tube. Okay. So look at that. Please take it in. If anything stands out to you immediately, I can see my ceiling fan going. And I also have another fan going. It's very hot up here. It's getting hot in here. All right, I'm going to dig in. Oh, it's just gorgeous. It's just, and it is upgraded size. So it's just gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to step in. Here we go. There's a being here. It's like long legs, like bird leg. Now, because it feels like it's in the shadow or I'm seeing something at night, something especially when I was a kid or something I've known since I was a child, it feels happy, like an imaginary friend that is a spirit or an alien or a star family, soul family, any of those kinds of words and terms, or, insert what feels well to you. But I am like super happy when I see this. That's not to say that I didn't have scary moments or whatnot, but it feels also like I'm being taught something since I was a child, probably in the subconscious state, or at least in the sleep state at the very least. And it's just a very tall, long-legged, like bird-like being. And there's like this energy around it that kind of moves. So I do get the feeling like it comes in and out. And I can see myself here, like listening intently and happy about it, at least in that moment. There is also something witchy coming in here. I'm seeing a nose, like a witch's, like, you know, like a classically depicted witch. In good, bad, or ugly, but it's definitely there. You could also be familiar with the concept of, anyway, like witch's wound. And it could be this lifetime quite specifically that energy is working through in this lifetime. It's like it's safe to express. And I feel very expressive, at least in this artistry that is representing of you. So I feel expressive. That doesn't mean I express to just everybody. I feel like there's a really good discernment. Kind of like I'm a Capricorn. Well, Cap Sag cusp with a Scorpio moon there. So it's like there's definitely this discernment of maybe who gets, you know, and they say like, oh, Capricorns, when they don't know you and when you're in their inner circle, you know, it just brings out different parts. I feel very well about that and being very discerning of who gets closer and closer. I also feel like you have like tree ring aura, if that makes sense, like tree ring. Could also be indicative if I moved into water, dropping like a pebble in and seeing the rings go out. But like this energy, and I don't know if you move energy as well as like clouds, if the clouds speak to you, or see, it's like sky people and sky stuff. It's gorgeous. I don't need to figure it out, but it's in that feeling, like vortexes, like people who can work with wind. Like it really does feel. I'm going to say fantastical, but it's not about it being fantastical. It's fantastic for me. And I feel like that's enough. That's my state of knowing. And that doesn't hinge on anyone else. But I do appreciate those that I can like share it with or something along that lines. There's this cool kind of conversation happening over here. Also something about Smurfs. A lot of hard work. And I mean hard work as in like teamwork. And wearing like an energetic, emotional body. So I don't know if you are an empath or resonate, insert whatever words that would feel good to you. There's somebody handing me something. She's up here. It is a feminine figure. She's handing me something like this. And it's kind of like at this crevice, and there's this eye here. And this, if I was a child here, this is the bird. I'm going to call it bird sky being, teacher-esque. And it's like this pupil becomes the teacher. And if it's like, I'm going to put that black eye as the pupil in this larger eye. I see sky. I don't know how to say that. Maybe I don't need to say it otherwise. The Smurfs, this kind of conversation. So this being here has a really large head, small body, but they're wearing like a night cap. And this one, you might have children. Or a child specifically that maybe has sleep issues or is very imaginative. And if it's not a child within you, it could be a sibling or when you were a child. So again, something about the sleep state. I'm going to say it's almost like complicated, but is it? I don't know. It could be not the wrong. That's not the way. And just like different language, like even trying to find language to say it for it to be understood. Now, am I ultimately concerned with it being understood? Not so much, but it's like I know the expression of trying to explain it has value to me, and I appreciate that. When I look at this overall in like this big scope way, I can see this face here. There's two eyes close together, and like this. These are, I think, ears. It's a masculine energy for sure. Something about the cross as well. I don't know if the cross is a symbol that you hold near and dear to you. And if I may wander down another rabbit hole that's stepping forward, is like being, again, burned at the stake or something like that, which is also very cross. At that time frame, they would, under the guise of said cross, burn. Again, it's like that witchy wound feel. But there's this large masculine energy here. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really sure if I want to interact with it. I don't even know that it's asking me to either. Okay, so it's kind of making this face like, well, why? Is it the way I look, or is it the way I come off? Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Because it's almost like if like it's this big huge energy that could be look or depicted a particular way, but it's just kind of like sucking its thumb as well. Like I'm just trying to do my thing too. So it could just be the way I'm stepping into it. There's something trying to like sneak off to the side here. You see it like tiptoeing away, but this emotional piece. Is it emotional? Is it throat? And then this is like, get out of here. Get going. Get going. The curious thing about it is it's gold, yellow. So there might be something in the solar plexus area that you're working on. Not the saying that you're working on it, but you know what I mean? Oh, I'm looking in. I see this face outline here. I'm looking into this. What is that? Because even though it's like golden yellow, it has the outline of super creepy, like goblin or something along that lines. And there's a different lightning bolt here of power that's kind of striking it down. I think you might have a really good discernment for like false gold, pyrite. Sorry, it's so hot up here. Do you know what I mean when I say like false, like fake gold, and I think that's an energy of people, places, or things, of course. There also might be a grandfather around you. Yeah, okay, I'll grab that. Okay, so there's another woman in here, or a girl. I can see her two eyes, her mouth. Or I'm just seeing it like kind of sideways, like. Oh. Now it kind of brings me into that Bob's Burger, the cartoon, his wife, Linda. But I feel like I can go either which way. Maybe that's in this decision. It could be about a man or masculine energy, my own masculine energy, or historic masculine energy, actually. And I'm not just talking about the stories on the surface plane that are told in the history books. That to me feels like strategy. While snippets and seeds are there, this feels like it's like being wanted in both directions and they're actively pursuing you. That's what it feels like. So it's kind of like which, kind of this way. No, this way. That's what it feels like. It's like you can sense the surface kind of history of this energy, but you also have this understanding, or at least maybe like feeling residual energy from another layer. But they're both just loud. And maybe it's just in my mind. It's in my ears. It's kind of like having a fuzzy caterpillar earworm, which is really kind of cool to see. I don't think I've ever seen that. Fuzzy caterpillar earworm. Oh, my fan isn't even on me. Okay, hold on. I'll bring you down here. So no wonder why it's so hot up here. And hopefully that's not too loud or obnoxious for you. I am seeing two feminine. Okay, they're merging and moving on me really, really quickly. How are you moving? Whew, my goodness. Something about discipline. Okay, there's two faces in here. I think I'm still in the feminine energies, but I'm not sure. Those women could have just like kind of floated in and floated out. And it feels like fierce feminine energy. I'm not frightened of it. It's not startling. It's not scratchy. This is just, I don't know. It's beautiful, really, to be honest with you. It's beautiful. It's like seeing smoke or like an incensing burn, but you seeing it come to life and it could turn into any sort of shape and take form. High priest, intend and create. Here's the thing. In your note thing, I said priestess. Yes? Priestess, magician. Okay. See the coloring of that tool? It's like that you're being handed this. Remember when I was saying you're being handed that by the woman up there? Well, I'll say it. You're a priest. You're a priest, priestess. It's almost like your masculine energy, priest, your feminine energy, priestess, or switch them around, or I am looking for, or I am attracting, like, I'm going to say my equal, but I feel like I'm very wise when I say those words. It does not mean what it means on the surface to people. It does not mean 50-50. It's this fluctuating fluidity of coalescence connection. You know, it reminds me of like, okay, coming home to Happy Migu, and it's like, okay, he's had a day. He's running at like 20-30%. And I'm like, okay, I've had a good day. I can pick up the 70%. Easy. Cool. We together make 100% and sometimes overflow if we're, both having a good day. Or it's like, I come in, I'm like, just having a way. I'm at, 40% at best. And as the night goes on, it's probably going to deplete. And he's like, that's cool. I can stand back and let you just, rejuvenate or whatever you need to do. Or if there's anything I can do, he will carry, quote unquote, or bring up and bring in the other percent. This is what I'm talking about. It's like interconnected interdependency, not codependency, not over independency. This fluidity. Hopefully it's making sense. Yeah, okay. There is a cow that has reindeer ears as well, or moose ears, actually. One of the t'other, because it's actually like a garden. Hilarious. And there it is. All these antlers, but they're so soft. Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. And this is like by a sky. I think it's traditionally Sky Father, Mother Earth. But you have Earth Mother here, feel loved and comforted, but it's coming from the sky being. Which again, maybe I'm mistaken and it's a masculine energy, but like, do you see? Oh, like there's the whole world in there. I want to plop it right in there. And then that energy handing it over to you. I give you, sorry for the lighting, this. And it's like this becomes a symbol. Priest, priestess. What you give birth to, what you add to. Cave of Winds, that is. There's a spark of creativity coming in here. Feels like a piece of me that is returning. There's a gentleman smoking a pipe. Feels very, very old in my ancestry. Ancestry I know from this alignment, even though there's a connection to other ancestries, other lifetimes, incarnations, embodiments, shapes, sizes, cultures, this, that, or the other. I do feel very cultured, but I feel very sacred in honoring culture, period. Culture as a whole concept beyond just here and now, but I also kind of like appreciating where I am here and now, because you know why. Again, that knowing, I feel like I come into it, it's like, I know why I am born in this body, place, and time. Maybe not to such a degree, that it's like dry data, but I trust that my spirit has brought me here. You might have a mother in spirit that just continues to just nurture. And if it's not your mother of this alignment, please know that it is like a bigger concept of mother, what we would apply to. You have lots of people around you. I'm not sure what kind of birds these are. You also have silver sparks, so silver and gold. It's that pyrite and knowing. And there's nothing against pyrite when pyrite is pyrite. Pyrite as a stone, gemstone, mineral in its own form has value. I kind of just feel like when someone tries to sell me or tell me it's silver and it's pyrite, you could have just told me it was pyrite. Like, that's not a problem. I know the value of that, or I will research and do my research to align or not align with something. It's the same with gold and fool's gold. Okay, so that's where I'm at. Autumn, release the old and rest. So I'm right in here. crow, raven might be standing out too. Autumn could be like your jam. It's like your harvest season. And I know it's like typically, depending on where you're at, is the typical harvest season. At least on this side. But this feels like the crunch of the leaves underneath your feet. Again, things speak. I feel like things speak to you. At least that's how I'm feeling. And I also want to note that while this may look like big bad red type thing, it's not. It's actually like wine purple. So it like blends the, it's like having a crown and root chakra understanding. They coalesce and communicate. Yeah, there's already been some root generational help and assistance in some way, shape, or form that I'm feeling. Again, could be from this masculine line. I'm not sure what this is, if it's a beaver or some sort of work. Dude, there is a guy's face right in there. I just saw it right there. It's also a skunk, something about boundaries. I don't know if he's blindfolded or blind. Maybe he doesn't know. Not sure. Autumn, release the old and rest. Especially with that rebirthing, handing you the tool for something. There might be maybe that something of two directions. And you know me, I don't like to try and predict or anything. I like to move beyond the traditional reading style, because so it's complementary. I see you red dragon ring. It's a dragon ring. But it also has ram embodiments and possibly also Capricorn, if I'm just, or any sort of horned animal. But it is like dragon ring. Like it's on my fingers. Whew, that was intense. Wise one. Grow within your current situation. So that crow raven is coming with you now. Or is with you and you're aware of it. And maybe this is a part of like releasing the old, maybe old concepts, old paradigms, people, places, or things. We all know the drill. We all know things to contemplate of it. Because it's like moving from maiden mother crone and moving into crone while being a mother, you know, also having a grandmother step forward and receiving the grandness of that from ancestors. Oh my gosh, where am I with this? Hopefully that made sense. Something about reflecting glass, triangles, and patterns. Like geometric patterns, but quite specifically like triangles. You know, you're still slinking away over there. Even there's this energy here. It's like, what? Like, that's how I'm seeing it. I'm not sure if it's like a baby dinosaur or a pet. Again, like, it's like environmental things happening. There's a cowboy on a beaver. Interesting. Cave of Rivers. I'm feeling very wise. It's like I'm wise enough in my knowing to be curious. It's like, for heavens, I apologize. Get my words. The mother, the maiden being born, mother, maiden, crone, right? Just as a very generalized, please insert any words. It's like this energy is always existing within me, that this is worth bearing, like my teacher student of sorts, my maiden tree, my willingness to be curious is always being nurtured. Maybe that's that triangle pattern as well, right? Mother, maiden, crone. Could also be something about a lot of family units and winged beings. And I'm not talking like this is some fantastical story or some lore, while they may be depicted in that, again, here on the surface, to even attempt to explain the sight of these forms, these embodiments of spirit. That's exactly what I want to say. There's a chisel here, and I feel like it has something to do with wood, like a wood chisel. There's also a sacred spot or a sacred setting, something. It feels very specific. Like historical to me. Like this is where a crop circle once was, or this is where a burning stump was, or a house. It does feel like fire, or there's remnants of like charcoal. Like carbon datable. There's a golden roadrunner. When I decide to take whatever creative inspiration, I feel like I run with it. And again, autumn feels very, very open to me, and also something like the colors of Halloween. Yeah, I know I just flipped it. Hopefully that's okay. But I'm just going to grab one more card to kind of complete the shaman's palm here. Sun, here we go. The cave of earth. Enjoy success and happiness. Success. And it's like, see all those rays, the way they're depicted? It's like that's in here. It's your power. And your root energy knows that. Your generating ability knows that. The ability to generate. Hermit is on the bottom. Retreat and recharge. I knew I shouldn't have flipped it. I knew it. Because first of all, the rays. And then I was talking about that sacred spot. It's like sitting in it. Also something about shoes or slippers. I don't know if like you make sneakers or have a sneaker affinity or shoes. Something along that lines. Or you design clothing or something wears. Yeah. So twice now there's been a retreat and recharge and release the old and rest. Here's the thing though. You do when you do. It's like you've got enough sun. Sun is good to a point before it burns. Shade sometimes has its value. Sorry, where was I? Where was I going with that? Oh, wow. That was like, it just blanked out on me. Whew. Okay. Thank you. Closer. If I've recently had to put someone or something to rest. And it's like covering it up with leaves. And I feel like I'm watching something saying thank you for our time together, or thank you. Not to say I'm not weeping, sad, sorrowful if this is a person, place, or thing, or an experience, something that's come to an end and I've had to symbolically bury it, cremate it, whatever the case is, or somebody has transitioned. But it's like I can see the cycle literally of reincarnation. I'm going to say I think that you're the reincarnation of somebody. I don't know who. And it depends on your belief system, I suppose, okay, so here on the bottom right now that is staring at my face is peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right, which here I am, always reminding myself. But I'm down in here and look at the coloring of that. And there's something about like the white buffalo lore. And again, this woman it's a pipe. It's a peace pipe. And it's like making peace with wisdoms that work differently within myself, within others, and respecting them, understanding them, that they do not need to be absorbed by me, but I don't also need to stand there. And by making peace, I make peace with myself first and then extend that peace, whether it's received or not. Maybe this is, a separation or a directional change, whatever the case is. I'm making peace with myself. I gained what I could out of the situation, and I am moving forward. Also, something about a talking stick. And again, the white buffalo. I wish I actually knew what it was. I'm sure I do if I really roll into the Rolodex, but I'm become very liminal. All right, now I have flipped it. I'm going to take a moment to cleanse my palette. I hope this is inspiring to you and educational, or at least entertaining at the very best, because it's just beautiful. I'm definitely gonna try and take careful pictures of this for future projects, so please know that it's because all Inkblots are like my babies and they're special, And then every so often one comes through and it just stands out a little differently. And that's perfectly cool. There's like a non-compete clause. Okay, where am I? You're some kind of animal, but I don't know what it is yet. There's a cat in there. I see a cat. I see a baseball bat. So when I see the animal, where's my little pointy stick? Hi, how you doing? Where did my pointy stick go? How's it impossible? Okay, it has like a really long nose. There's the eyes. Oh, for heaven's sake. It's the wolf or coyote. It's the wolf or coyote. Yep. But here's the thing. It works in conjunction because it feels more in the shadow realm, subconscious realms, the voids, the womb. And it works with the light of feline. Very balanced. Masculine, feminine, feline, canine. They work together quite closely. Something about a bubble thing. Blowing bubbles. Something about my inner workings. Again, I feel like someone's like holding on to my shoulder and it's like right here. I'm right here. There is, I think it's a totem pole, but it's like one of the ones that where wings would come out. There's also a whale, if a whale symbol means anything to you. Man, these things just got scarier on this side. Your dragon ring. See, but here's the thing. I feel like there's some culture that may have a lore, surface history. I don't know why I gotta say it like that, but you know, just ditch it if it doesn't feel well to you. But I just feel like, anyway, they may have an understanding differently of one's own cultural lineage. I don't know. Maybe it is yours, or whatever you resonate with or born into, etc. That they have an understanding of the dragon energy essence that really aligns. Like, you know, and just like everyone can make a hamburger, but just some places in the world, or whatever your taste palette is, whatever you're looking for, there's some places that maybe it's in like 2 towns over, or another side of the country, or another side of the world, and you're like, that burger, when we had that, that's what it's like just something about the dragon energy and different concepts of it. Now, when I step into this, and while it's a little bit scarier on this side because it's actually revealing more of itself, it does feel like feminine energy, and kind of like this. Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to throw these names out, probably knowingly unqualified to do so, but again, do with it what you will. It's kind of like the energy of like Mary Magdalene, Lilith, and Sophia or Sophia. You know what I mean? It's like the way they're depicted and shunned, or whatever their stories are specifically. It's because of like this kind of energy, and it's not because it's angry. It's not because it's mad. While it may have moments of that, it's something about that. It's like misunderstanding those deities or archetypal energies that harness that kind of energy. And okay, deer with antlers, reindeer with antlers, and it dances freely. There's a blue hawk in here as well. Like, this is like just like a team. Yeah. I also feel like there's something punk going on, or fashion oriented. I don't know if it's punk so much, or though I do feel like, if I may, there might be a part of me that feels like a fire starter, like my emotions sometimes, or maybe a very specific emotion. It's like can create poltergeist type thing. I'm gonna hopefully not put any more ink on my face, but shh. she's a lady. That's all good. Okay. There's tiny dogs. Black cats and black dogs. I feel like I emotionally carry something on behalf of, or at least that's how I'm feeling it is. I could, you know, there's someone or something else that it's very much so in relation to. The fire starter thing, that's right. And like the Joker from Batman. Again, I feel like I feel deeply. And sometimes that can wander into I'm being held again. It's almost like don't harden over the hard things of humanity. But sometimes it's just hard to hear, you know? Or they make it hard. They make it hard. 16 Freedom, 1963, I Have a Dream. I'm going to pop you. Actually, you know what? Right there. And see how there's like different rivers. Is that TLC? Like the singers? See, is there an energy? I just got a note on like one rabbit hole that's stepping forward. Listening for sorcery, man of the past. I kind of get this feeling like someone's looking for me. I don't know if it's a spiritual thing, an obsessive energy. If it, you know, is outside of me. Something about growing old. Okay, that canine and that feline come together in here, in that rabbit hole. I'm going to step in on my own right now. It's like my masculine energy is taking a look at the horizon, the environment, for my feminine energy to start to nurture and start walking the earth of a decision. It's like, but my masculine energy has had to do work to get here, to get to this pivotal point of it. No, it's a point of perspective. Where does freedom reside? Where does freedom feel? Where do I feel free? Something about peace again within myself. And that's what that high priest handing you that. Whew. What is this? Patience? Under the Bodhi tree in northern India, 28. Patience for maybe birthing something, bearing something. Is there something I'm waiting to come into fruition? Do you know what I want to note as well? And that's in the cave of winds of the mind, like calming my mind. See the coloring of that? That's the coloring up here. It's like if I could almost take out this part of the Inkblot for a moment. Okay, we'll just do this. Can I? There. It's like, how far can I go? I'd like to go a little closer, but that's okay. Maybe I can. It's like the edge of that totem. Anyway, you get the gist of what I'm doing here. Yeah. You have lots of meditative, different modes, different ways that are depicted, not the only ways, but different ways, like very multicultural, open consciousness, spirits of sorts speaking. Cave of Hearth Fires. Oh, I knew you were going to come out. I knew it, because I just saw it. Life force energy, the Messiah in Africa. Right up there. There's that sticky thing you've been handed. It might also be a wand if you're working with the wood wand energy. And whatever that might represent to you, if that is taking the lead on something. And what gets your fire going, that dragon energy, magician vibes, all that kind of good stuff. And here's the thing, is like, I feel like I really want to be talking plain language, you know, like bringing it down into the mundane, because that's like how magical this feels. It's like it's infused in the mundane, or it's an ability you have, and I just can't seem to find words for it, right? It's like if a blanket is infused with love, how do you explain that? That's what, like, how do you explain that? We're all looking at the blanket, and you come in, you're like, I have infused this with love, or you know it's infused with love. But how, beyond saying that, we're all looking at a blanket, how do you explain that? Whether you do knowingly know how to, and also be able to speak like this corporate fashion, whatever's fashionable in days, weeks, time, places, I feel like you can just kind of speak that. Your life force energy just steps forward, and but also being mindful of what you want to create for you, that this life force energy will be carrying on through generationally beyond your incarnation. Yeah, because there's definitely a planning of something afoot here with Machu Picchu, Peru, and it's coming in with that wise one over here. Grow within your current situation, and whatever that may mean to you. But you know me, I read art first. And like where that reindeer moose thing was, there's that llama as well. Like just long necked, like they can see all around you. All of this wildlife is around you, but it's not. It's kind of like that, you know, wild within concept again. Like I feel like, if I could get away from these words, but I don't want to cause strife over that. It's like I'm going to embrace them, to have the conversation, to begin this, because it's like what comes out of my hands, I.e. me, of your own hands, like it's like that, finding that best burger across the world, like it's just top notch. And there's also lots of unexplainable things around you, though. And I think that sometimes that might be a little, you know, just different. It's just different. It's like the way I grew up with, you know, seances and tarot cards and people at my mom's, but our kitchen table. It was all very normal. Like going to locations and my mom saying, okay, pick up the dirt. What is the dirt speaking to you? What are you feeling? That was normal for me. Didn't think anything of it until, of course, you know, you come into teenage years and it's kind of more openly ridiculed. And anyway, but you get the gist. But that's kind of like what it feels like. Just this air of unexplainable around you. I feel like it's beautiful because it's like there's this mummification in here as well. I don't know if you have some sort of tie, or again, just that inner knowing with like, okay, when I say like Egyptian times, again, I'll use that from the here and now, but there's something like mummified about that. Yeah, okay, I can, yeah, all right, I'll work with that, absolutely. There are just so many incarnations or spirits here, like pieces of you stepping forward that are all coalescing in the here and now. But there might have been something about a mummification quite specifically. Maybe you were, and are a priestess that was like mummified, buried a very specific way, or maybe you were a priest in that time frame. There might have also been a punishment at some point in time if there was like some, I'm going to say evil doings, but I think there was also parts of you, we, me, in places or times we can pinpoint when we were playing with learning the power of what people call evil. Not saying that it is, the power of what people refer to as that for one reason or another. And I think that you found out something different. Silver butterflies. expansion. Yes, it is all in this space here. Like, there's even something opening up here. 2 snails are in there as well. Silver butterflies. Silver points of reference. There is a Ouija board planchette. I just say Ouija because that's what's popular, spirit board, whatever the case is. So there's communication, and I'm telling you, there's something like nesting or like a portal nearby. Something about my heart and like the electricity of that, and expanding almost like the capacity, if I may take this earth mother and imagine that earth, it's like coming to love earth and earthlings and making peace with past and the present within oneself, and then expanding out into spaciousness where it feels more expansive, yes, as a card name, but it becomes like this wisdom becomes expansive past the benefits past the present moment, and it's kind of like almost now astral traveling out. There's lots of work being done in here as well. There's a little bit of a worry wart feeling. There is a dinosaur of some sort. Now it's more like T-Rex-ish. I don't know that it actually is a T-Rex, but it has either snowshoes on or some skis. So it moves a little differently than usual. There's also a slug or a leech. Yeah, which has healing benefits. Something about bloodletting. I think it has something in regards to that kind of like the witch's wound thing. Okay. And then we have here exuberance, the roaring 20s in paradise. Like, we're here for a good time. And look at that. It's like, if you're famous, and maybe you are famous in your area, famous in the world stage, it's like part of you is party and part of you is hermit meditative. And these are harmonious. These fuel each other. They are the balancing act. Sometimes, even like say in the world of like introvert, extroverts, like sometimes, or whatever your alchemy is, it's like, for me to go out and have fun all the time, I need a certain amount of time of alone or rest, and whether that's 60-40, 75-25, and it's a little bit movable. It's movable. It's like a week's coming up. I'm going to need extra time, attention, but I'm going to plan for that rest time. I'm going to plan for that quote-unquote vacation or that day with nothing on the calendar. Nada. Do not put. It is important that I recharge. Yes, absolutely. All right. Anything else before I let Esther go? Anubis, respect. I feel like this respect is being given to you, especially through these golden reindeers / moose. Lots of grace, lots of grace. Grace goes really far with the gods, I'm hearing. Grace goes really far with the gods. Alchemy of the circle, look at surrounded by energies. Yep. Lemure, loneliness, absolutely. Sometimes it is a lonely experience in here. To know what you know and not be able to say. Apparently we're in a sweat lodge. Sweat it out, sister. It's all good. But look at that. We're not alone. Loneliness, but not alone. It's like I'm coming in and I'm being waited for. These spirits do wait for me. And they're in here, way, way deep in here. They also have lightsabers with them, like Jedi. Yeah, I see you in there. Actually, that llama head, but it's sideways. Or, it's not a llama. What's the other one? Alpaca. Something about fossils. And oh my goodness, rest once again. Hypnos. Rest. I don't know if you've ever seen that show, Good Omens. It's also like something about the story of like, and I even think the show Good Omens is depicted on something. It's depicted on, again, some story of creation. Okay, well, let's close out here. First of all, respect, of course. alchemizing. Sometimes we do need to step back and feel a little alone, but knowing we're not alone spiritually or in spirit. But Hecate, illumination. Oh, I can see my ceiling fan. Let's plop her right in there. That fire. That's exactly what this energy is. Thank you. Gate, opportunities, home. Gate, gateways. It's also that portal feeling. Remember I was talking about in the beginning, that spinning feel? Birds, the bird people, messages. Oh my goodness. I don't know if it like opens gateways around you or what. It's awesome though. I feel like there also might be a little bit of time travel going on in here. And as I say that, wheel of endings and beginnings. Sorry, my ceiling fan's on. Start the very beginning. Heart, love, new love. Job, career, a part of you, something coming in that excites you. You know, maybe you're happy in a relationship, happy in your job, but just something else comes in, you know, that gets this feeling going. This feeling, not all the time, not 24/7, but maybe you're also like planning like a girls trip or planning this so that you can rest, like the corporate side of us. Again, just a big broad general term. It's like I need rest from the grind, and I need like what I know is of like girls weekend or something like that, or a girls night or a sisters night, and just to welcome in that kind of energy. Then it might be like an over like busy meetings, parties, because I don't know if you are an actress, and we've got birds in here as well. Birds are here from the beginning. It's like, okay, I need to rest, I need to stop, I need to ground. It's like being in the show Doctor Who, which I've just started watching, so I'm on season 2, and it's like, hi, how you doing? Where you've been all my life? But it's like every so often you gotta come back to your timeline and just like rest and enjoy what's going on here. I hope this is helpful, Esther. You have been an amazing muse, and I hope I have done you some form of justice. Why did I say justice? Because I saw the oath thing come out. I can't stop pulling cards. I can't stop. I have here, okay, almost, I promise. Oath, dedication, oath, fulfillment. We were talking about that red wine, like your root is a fine wine. Your bloodline as well. Mess with the best. Grove and High Priestess of Air. Be sure to take time to rest out. Again, there's an animal there. It might be a fox. I think this is like those beings that step forward. It's all very, very curious. It's all very curious. And they've got a marking on them from somewhere or something. But I dare say it's like, at least in the spirit of the timeline, you know that you're quote-unquote one of them, while you're also one of your family members here, and you're also one of your soul family, and you're also one of the, like, you just have like this air of all being able to kind of bring it all together. But it doesn't mean we could stay there, right? Every so often we gotta pull back and be like, okay, that's great that I have all these knowings, but I'm here now and I'm gonna put them into use now. And overall, you're listening. Lots of learning as well. There's that marking. The moon marking. Fine lines. I want to thank you so much. Yeah, there's a gentleman that's stepping forward. Feels more African in nature. There's lots of sound around him. Sound. Okay. All right, Esther. Thank you so much for being my muse. I hope this would serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. You have been amazing. I want to thank you. I'm going to let you go. But thank you so much. There's a ringing in my left ear. And I will talk to you soon. So much love. Oh, this is private. So if you want to comment below or contact me through email, you can give it a thumbs up. Just let me know that you got it and you're cool. Everything's good. All right. Okay. Bye.